What is happening inside a mother's breast in the first 30 days after birth is one of the most scientifically jaw-dropping processes in all of human biology, and most mothers go through it exhausted, overwhelmed, sometimes in pain, with absolutely no idea just how remarkable their body is being. 1. Your milk can let down just from hearing a baby cry, any baby. The release of milk, called the let-down reflex, is not only triggered by your baby feeding. It is triggered by sound, by thought, by emotion. Many mothers find their milk releases simply from hearing their baby cry from another room. And many discover, sometimes in public, sometimes in the middle of a supermarket, that hearing any baby cry can trigger it, not just their own. Your brain and your breasts are connected in a feedback loop so sensitive and so finely tuned that the sound of a stranger's baby can activate your milk supply before you have even registered what you are hearing. Your body is listening for babies, constantly, around the clock, whether you asked it to or not. 2. Those bumps around your nipple are a GPS system for your newborn. Those small bumps around your areola, called Montgomery glands, are not a skin condition. They are not random. Research confirms that these glands secrete an oil with a very specific scent, one that guides your newborn directly to the breast. Your baby, whose vision at birth only reaches about 20 to 30 centimeters and cannot yet make out fine detail, navigates the food primarily by smell. And your body builds a scent-releasing signpost directly into your breast to make sure they can always find their way. Your newborn is not randomly rooting around in those early feeds. They are following a map your body drew specifically for them before they were even born. 3. Your breasts serve 2 completely different types of milk in every single feeding. Every time your baby feeds, your breast milk continuously shifts in composition. The milk at the beginning is thinner, bluish-gray in color, and lower in fat. That is your baby's hydration. As the feeding progresses, it gradually becomes richer, creamier, and packed with satisfying fats. 1 breast, 1 feeding. 2 entirely different formulations designed to quench thirst first and deliver nutrition second. Your body is running a sophisticated 2-course meal service at every single feed, without you having to think about it even once. This is also why it matters to let your baby finish 1 breast fully before switching, so they receive both courses. 4. Your colostrum is building your baby's gut from the inside. Your baby is born with an immature, porous gut lining, not fully sealed, not fully functional. And colostrum, your first milk, contains specific growth factors, including epidermal growth factor, that coat the inside of your baby's intestines and stimulate the gut lining cells to mature, develop, and seal. In those first 2 to 3 days of feeding, you are not just giving your baby nutrition. You are finishing the construction of their digestive system. Every small, painstaking early feed, even the ones at 3 a.m. when you are barely conscious, is completing a biological build that the womb started and only you can finish. Colostrum is not just food. It is infrastructure. 5. Your first milk is golden and more powerful than any medicine your baby will ever receive. That thick, golden yellow fluid your breasts produce in the first 2 to 3 days is colostrum. It is the single most concentrated, most immunologically powerful substance your body will ever produce in your entire lifetime. Research confirms that colostrum is packed with white blood cells and antibodies, specifically immunoglobulin A, that provide your baby's very first protection against dangerous pathogens, including E. coli, salmonella, streptococcus, staphylococcus, and respiratory viruses. It is loaded with protein and fat-soluble vitamins at levels that mature milk will never match. The quantities seem small, sometimes as little as a teaspoon per feed, but that teaspoon contains more immunological power per milliliter than anything science has ever been able to replicate in a laboratory. When anyone tells you your colostrum is not enough, this is exactly what you tell them. 6. Your breast started making milk before your baby was even born. Most people assume milk production begins after delivery. It does not. Your breast began producing colostrum during your 3rd trimester, months before your due date. By the time your newborn latched for the very first time, their first meal was already fully prepared and waiting. 7. Your milk changes its formula based on exactly what your baby needs, in real time. Your breast milk is not a fixed recipe. It is a dynamic, living fluid that your body continuously reformulates based on your specific baby's specific needs. In real time, mothers of premature babies automatically produce milk with a higher protein and mineral content than mothers of full-term babies. If your baby is sick, your body detects it through their saliva and immediately floods your milk with antibodies to protect the baby. In hot weather, the water content rises to keep your baby hydrated, which is why exclusively breastfed babies do not need supplemental water even during a heat wave. Emerging research suggests that your body may subtly shift the fat and energy content of your milk depending on whether you're feeding a boy or a girl. Your body knows who it is feeding, and it adjusts the formula accordingly every single time. Your breasts are not producing food. They are producing personalized medicine. 8. By the end of the first month, you are producing nearly a full liter of milk every single day. On day 1, your breasts produce 30 to 60 ml of colostrum per day. By day 5, your baby is consuming 350 to 500 ml of milk daily. By the end of the first month, production is approaching 500-800 ml per day, from a teaspoon to nearly a liter in 30 days. That scale-up of biological production happening inside your body while you are simultaneously recovering from birth, caring for a newborn, and surviving on barely any sleep is one of the most impressive physiological achievements in all of human biology. 9. Breastfeeding burns the equivalent of running several kilometers from your sofa. Producing breast milk at full volume burns approximately 500 calories per day, continuously, around the clock, while you are feeding, while you are sleeping, while you are sitting completely still doing nothing but existing. Your body is running a full metabolic marathon every single day of the first month, quietly, invisibly, from the inside. This is why breastfeeding mothers are relentlessly hungry. This is why the exhaustion runs so deep, even on days when the baby slept. Your body is not just recovering from birth. It is simultaneously manufacturing the most complex nutritional and immunological substance in nature, every single day, without stopping. 10. Your breast milk is 88% water and is sufficient for your baby in a heat wave. Breast milk is approximately 88% water, and science confirms that during periods of high heat, your baby's nursing patterns shift. They may latch more frequently for shorter periods, which signals your body to continuously deliver the highly hydrating, water-dense fluid they need. This is why the World Health Organization, WHO, strictly advises that exclusively breastfed babies do not need supplemental water, even in the hottest, most humid climate on Earth. Giving extra water can actually fill their tiny stomachs, reduce their appetite for milk, and dangerously dilute their electrolyte levels. 11. The first meal you gave your baby may protect them from disease decades from now. Research has linked early colostrum consumption to a measurably reduced risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and certain allergies in later life. The food you gave your baby in the first 2 to 3 days of life, in amounts so small they fit in a teaspoon, may be influencing their metabolic health and immune programming for the rest of their life. The first meal is not the smallest meal. It may be the most consequential meal your child ever eats. 12. Whether you breastfeed or not, your breast prepared to make milk anyway. Milk production after birth is triggered hormonally by the delivery of placenta, which causes a dramatic shift in progesterone and prolactin levels. This happens in every mother's body after birth regardless of feeding choice. Every mother's breasts begin preparing to produce milk. The decision of whether to breastfeed determines what happens next, but the production begins either way. If you chose not to breastfeed and experience engorgement in those early days, now you know exactly why. Your body was already on board. It was waiting to be asked. Here is what I want you to carry with you from today. In the first 30 days after birth, your breasts produce a vaccine, a gut-sealing agent, a hydration system, a personalized nutritional formula that updates itself in real time, a scent-based navigation guide for your newborn, and nearly a liter of the most complex biological fluid ever studied by science, all while your body is simultaneously recovering from one of the most physically demanding events a human being will ever experience. And most of the time, you do all of this without a single person stopping to tell you how remarkable you are. So let me say it clearly, on the record, without qualification. What your body does in the first 30 days is extraordinary. The exhaustion is real. The difficulty is real. And the miracle happening inside you at exactly the same time. That is completely, undeniably, scientifically real too. You are not just feeding a baby. You are performing one of the greatest biological acts in all of nature. And you are doing it beautifully. If this video made you see what your body is capable of differently today, send it to every new mother you know right now. She is sitting somewhere in the newborn fog, not knowing any of this, and she deserves to. Drop in the comments which facts shock you the most. I genuinely want to know, and subscribe for more science-backed pregnancy and motherhood content every single week. I will see you in the next one.